Yet CPS can get a judge to take my kids away for a whole goddamn year over a bug that didn't even originate in my home. See, that's wrong. Now, if the bugs were coming from my house, then yeah, it would be a whole different ball game. I'd have to clean my house, fumigate it, whatever, because it's my responsibility. I want every one of my enemies to fucking drop dead. And if it happens today, then praise be the gods for it happening. How did this shit get started, Woody? It got started by a bunch of fuckwads on YouTube because YouTube refused to ban their fucking ass when they violated YouTube's terms of service.
Vaughn maybe said the destruction of my enemies. Well, I don't want that. I don't want anybody to be hurt ever. And so
I just want to be happy.
I'm sorry, I can't agree with that. I'm sorry.
And I hope that in me being nice to people,
I've lost too much. I'm sorry.
It probably won't.
Me too late. I would love nothing else.
Happy. That's all I want.
All
I just
my
want to be
enemies
happy.
to drop
I want to be left.
They're trying to destroy my children's life. They need to be destroyed utterly and completely. And if that means they lose their lives, then so be it. May the gods wish it so immediately. I'm not gonna sit there and try to be nice to people that willfully and intentionally tried to destroy my life. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Okay, that would be very stupid on my part because then they would just do it even more. So no, I can't go there. I'm sorry. I tried the nice thing. I did. I tried being nice to these sick fucks. And all that happened was they redoubled their efforts, okay? Being nice to people that are evil will get you killed, okay? And it damn near did me twice. I almost literally died twice because I tried to play the nice card. No, never again. That was stupid of me. I could have died twice. I will never make that mistake again. Sorry. When you have people that you know for a fact are pure fucking evil and that will do evil, heinous acts, and then you try to be nice to them, you're playing with a rattlesnake. You're going to get bit. You're going to fucking die. And no, I'm sorry. I want every one of my enemies to fucking drop dead. And if it happens today, then praise be the gods for it happening. But no, I will never, ever play the nice card ever again. Because all that did was damn near get me killed twice. And so, no, I will never play the nice card ever again. I tried that. It didn't work. Seriously, do you really expect me to be nice to someone that has a loaded 45 at my temple? No, that would be pretty fucking stupid of me. Okay? That's the situation with these fucking haters on YouTube. They have a loaded 45 at my temple, and you're wanting me to be nice to them. Sorry, not going to happen. I'm going to fucking knock the 45 out of their hand, and I'm going to beat the shit out of them and give what's left to the police. That's what needs to fucking happen. Really, what needs to happen is they all need to drop dead, especially for what they done to Andrea. That girl had her whole life ahead of her. She was only 25 years old. They destroyed that girl's life forever. And what was her evil, heinous crime? Oh, she come up here from Alabama to be my wife and give me 3 kids. Oh my God, well, that's just horrible. And we've got to destroy this girl once and for all, totally and completely. Now, see, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Clay County is responsible for not stopping this shit when that happened. When Andrea got put in that mental institution, Clay County should have put the brakes on everything that was going on and said, all right, CPS is no longer going out to this man's house, and we're going to hunt down these fuckwads on YouTube, and we're going to throw them all in prison. That's what should have happened the day Andrea went in that mental institution. But it didn't happen, did it? The response from me then, I hope every one of these motherfuckers drop dead. Because nobody gives a fuck. They didn't give a fuck about Andrea when she ended up in a mental institution. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't even give a fuck about the kids. When the kids testified in court, we want to go home. The judge totally ignored them, and the lawyer representing the kids never opened up his motherfucking mouth. He just stood there like a bump on a log. He never said one goddamn word. And them kids testifying under oath in a court of law, we want to go home. The judge totally fucking ignored them. The lawyer representing the kids totally fucking ignored them. So it's not about the kids. It's not about Andrea. It's not even about me. It's just about fucking me over. because I'm a filthy evil pagan. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I guess that's the problem. One of the CPS workers told me to my face in a conference, if I get a girlfriend tomorrow, they're going to fuck her over just like they did Andrea. They're going to get the kids. They're going to steal the kids just like they did Andrea. They're going to do everything. They're going to harass me all over again. Okay. It doesn't end, Woody. The only way it ends is by someone ending up in jail or ending up dead. That's the only way it ends. It won't end no other way. This is a perpetual machine. This won't end. Let's say I get the kids back, in February. The judge gives me the kids back. It won't be 2 fucking weeks later till CPS will be out here with a cop to steal them right back again. It won't. I don't even give you 2 weeks. They'll be right back out here to steal them again. Why? Because it doesn't fucking end. The only time it ends is when they're either put in prison or they're dead. That's when it ends. That's the only time it ends. Okay, so I have to get in contact with the governor and the attorney general's office and the U.S. Marshals and whoever I can to put these motherfuckers in prison so that they never bother my family ever again. Because as soon as I get a girlfriend, here comes CPS to fuck her over, fuck her head all up. Here comes CPS to steal the children all over again, as if nothing had ever changed. It doesn't end until the people that are doing it are put in prison or killed. That's the only time it ends. Okay, sorry, but that's facts. Okay, that's just the way life is. Otherwise, this shit goes on into perpetuity. I can show you, Woody, people that have had 30 fucking years of their lives harassed by the government and more. And it carries on into their children and their children's children and their children's children's children because they don't stop. You think they're going to stop with me? When my children have kids, guess what CPS is going to do? They're going to latch onto them and they're going to harass them and they're going to go after their kids because it doesn't end. The only person I've ever known that got out of CPS, the only person I've ever known to get out of CPS was someone that sued the fuck out of their ass for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then finally, CPS left them the fuck alone. Because, see, otherwise, they're not going to leave you alone. It doesn't end. It's a perpetual machine. That's why I said earlier, the last thing you ever want to do is contact the government and put them on some person. The only time you ever do that is when somebody really has killed someone or really has harmed someone physically. Then you put the government on. Otherwise, you never put the government on anyone, dude, because that's horrible. That is a fate worse than death. It really is. Once you go through what I went through and you've seen it with your own eyes, you'll know that no, there is no other option. It's either suing the shit out of these fuckers and put them in prison or death. That's the only 2 ways this stops. Because it'll never stop. It'll just keep going. Like I said, I get a girlfriend tomorrow. Let's say I get a girlfriend tomorrow. CPS will be right out here to harass her just like they did Andrea. Because it ain't never going to stop. Okay. The only time it stops is when somebody goes to jail or somebody ends up dead. That's the only time it ever stops. I welcome anyone to get on Google. Anyone to get on Google and find where they successfully got away from CPS, either by not suing or by not throwing them in prison or by them not just croaking over dead for whatever reason, because you won't find it, because those are the only ways you get out of CPS. Okay. Once you get into CPS, you're stuck with them for life. They love to get up here in front of a camera. Yeah, we closed our case on so-and-so. They didn't do jack shit. They didn't close nothing. You're still in their computers. I guarantee you that shit. They didn't close a damn thing. That's a fucking lie. I know because I've been dealing with these bitches for 12 goddamn years. It'll never end. The time it ends is when every one of them fat cunts is behind bars where they fucking belong. Or the attorney general or the governor says, hey, that's a communist enclave. We're gonna disband CPS, APS because for communist, for constitutional reasons. Hello, Rand Paul. Where are you hiding, Rand Paul? You hiding under your desk, Rand Paul? Hal Rogers, Mitch McConnell hiding under your desk while CPS is destroying people's families left, right, and center? They're a communist organization. They're unconstitutional. Where in the fuck is Rand Paul? Where is Hal Rogers? Where is Mitch McConnell? They're all hiding there under their desks. But like I said, this shit doesn't end until they're either dead or in prison. Okay? One of those two things has to happen. Because like I said, I've never heard of anyone getting away from CPS unless they sue the dog shit out of them. That's the only time you ever get away. And then they realize, hey, if we fuck with this guy again, we're going to get sued again. And then they finally leave you the fuck alone. But that's the only way you get out of it. It's the only way you get out of it is by suing the shit out of them. But you're welcome to see if you can find any alternative. I'm welcome. I'm open to any alternative other than suing the shit out of them or the gods, literally striking them with a lightning bolt or something. But if you know of another way, I'm all ears, man, because I don't know of another way.
It's kind of a double-edged thing whenever people say that they don't like, they're against welfare, but it's actually good for people who need it.
Well, with me being disabled, obviously.
There you go.
But see, here's the thing. They cut off my disability in SSI years ago under Judge Clark. 13 years ago. All right. Had I been drawing my disability all this time, I wouldn't be in a bad way at all. I wouldn't be in a bad way. All right. But they listen to these fuckwads on YouTube and they do what they say. Cut off his food stamps, cut off his disability, cut off his SSI, cut off Jerry's money. They're literally listening to online terrorists. So I looked up, what is aiding and abetting a domestic terrorist in Kentucky? 25 to life. Now, do you think any one of them CPS workers is going to go to jail for 25 to life? Fuck no, because nobody wants to do anything. Nobody wants to make an arrest. Nobody wants to take them to court. Nobody wants to do a damn thing. And they keep getting away with it over and over and over again. And they're going to keep getting away with it. Like I said, one of the CPS workers named Susan told me, said, if I get a girlfriend, they go to dog her. They're going to go after her. If I get more kids, they're going to go after them. And she laughed. She said, we get to go after your current kids until they turn 18 and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And she's right, unfortunately. CPS, like I said in my video, is completely out of control. They are a communist enclave. They are patently unconstitutional. They need to be disbanded. CPS, APS needs to be completely disbanded. And those situations return back to the police and let the police handle them. That's what needs to happen. Because CPS is completely out of control. When they can sit there and say that a bug from a school building is my fault and actually get a judge to sign off on that shit and take my kids for a whole goddamned year, something is wrong. And it ain't me. It ain't me. And not only that, how many people have died from head lice in Clay County, Kentucky? Oh yeah, a big whopping 0, because head lice are not dangerous. They're a nuisance. They're an annoyance, and that's all.
Yeah.
Now maybe in South Africa where there's malaria and measles and mumps and rabies and all that other shit running around down there, maybe lice can somehow pick that shit up and transmit it. I don't know. But here in Clay County, Kentucky, all head lice is an annoyance, a nuisance. But yet CPS can get a judge to take my kids away for a whole goddamn year over a bug that didn't even originate in my home. See, that's wrong. Now, if the bugs were coming from my house, then yeah, it would be a whole different ball game. I'd have to clean my house, fumigate it, whatever, because it's my responsibility. But see, when you tell them in court that the school has a certain expectation of safety, particularly in light that you're going to take kids for a whole year away from their father, their loving father, I might add, for a whole year, all because of a damn bug that didn't even come from my house, well, then obviously the school system is a dangerous environment, right? Yeah, has to be. If you're going to take kids for a whole year because of it, obviously the school's become a dangerous environment.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I can't believe that CPS would take kids over lice. I'm assuming you're saying lice, right? I mean,
yeah.
A kid comes home with a tick, they don't,
Oh, give them time. They'll say that's child neglect too. Yeah.
I'm just
Oh my
saying.
God, the kid went out and played in the field and got a tick on him. That's child neglect. We got to take them kids, buddy. Oh, hey, Vaughn, you didn't do your dishes yet today. We're going to take your kids. Hey, Vaughn, you stubbed your toe on the bed. We're going to take your kids. Oh, there's a spot of mustard on your daughter's blouse. We're going to take your kids. That really happened. Hey, Vaughn, you got Christmas wrapping on the floor on Christmas Day. That's clutter. We're going to take your kids. That really happened. Now, I know it sounds like I'm making this shit up out of my ass. I'm not. These are things that actually got my children taken. Because, oh my God, well, it's got to be child neglect. It's got to be child abuse. It's got to be child endangerment. Potty training a puppy. I potty trained midnight so that she would go to the bathroom on the paper in the bathroom. Oh my God, that's just evil. That's got to be child abuse, child neglect, child endangerment. We got to take them kids. And they did. They did. For 15 months, my children have been gone because I dared to potty train a puppy in my home. So I called some congressmen and I called some senators. I said, hey, is there anything on the books about potty training a puppy being a crime in the state of Kentucky, or child abuse or child neglect or child endangerment? Why, no, Mr. Von Helden, we don't have any record of that. Okay, thank you. How did this shit get started, Woody? It got started by a bunch of fuckwads on YouTube because YouTube refused to ban their fucking ass when they violated YouTube's terms of service. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. That's an absolute fact. YouTube could have banned each and every one of those Von Helden haters because of harassment, gang stalking, slander, libel, defamation. They could have banned all of them, but they didn't. YouTube let them just keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. When you flag something, it's supposed to go straight to the YouTube people, and they're supposed to see it, right? Okay. You don't think I've flagged these people? You don't think I've flagged their comments? You don't think I've flagged their videos? You don't think I've protested the video? Filed out copyrights and everything else? Fuck yeah, I've done it for years. YouTube lets them stay. YouTube doesn't get rid of them. YouTube is culpable in their actions because YouTube could have stopped this shit 12 years ago simply by enforcing their terms of service, and they chose not to. Okay, so yeah, YouTube is culpable. Sorry. The trolls are culpable. YouTube is culpable. Google is culpable. Clay County is culpable. Everybody had a little piece of this pie. And admittedly, I did not know what postpartum depression was at the time. So I got a little bit of blame because I should have been more knowledgeable about women's affairs. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a guy. I didn't know what postpartum depression was. I wasn't that familiar even with nervous breakdowns. I sure the fuck am now. Of course, it's a little late now, but I am knowledgeable about it now.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is a myriad. Like I said, when Andrea walked into that mental institution in that women's shelter, everyone should have put the brakes on this whole fracas, and it should have been stopped immediately. But that never happened. It never happened. The judge didn't stop it. CPS didn't stop it. And the trolls sure as fuck ain't going to stop because everybody and their brother's letting the trolls do it. YouTube's letting them do it. Rumble right now. I've got a Rumble page right now. Where are the YouTube trolls? They're over there harassing the fuck out of me. Rumble's doing absolutely nothing. Now I've got to sue Rumble in small claims court, Pro C, circuit court, just to get a bunch of fucking YouTube trolls to leave me the fuck alone and force Rumble to actually ban these people and contact their ISP. I shouldn't have to do that, Woody. I shouldn't have to go and litigate in civil court to get a website to do what it should have already fucking done. When they see them harassing me and saying you're never going to live in your home again, you're never going to see your kids again, and all this other vile, evil shit, Rumble should have said, hey, these people are harassing this man. And they should have banned their ass. They didn't. So now I've got to take them to civil court, a Pro C, because I can't afford an attorney. So it has to be a Pro C litigation. and I have to sue the fuck out of Rumble just to get them to do something they should have done months ago themselves. I shouldn't have to take them to court to get them to do what they do, but I have to. I don't have a choice because Rumble, like every other fucking social media platform, seems to think that these YouTube trolls are allowed to harass the fuck out of people, that they're allowed to gang stalk people, that they're allowed to molest and malign and defame people. Well, see, where I come from, we call those either civil torts or crimes, either of which you still got to stand in front of a judge for. But for some reason, social media platforms think gang stalking is perfectly okay. I mean, Rumble has done absolutely nothing. Now you say, well, maybe Rumble doesn't have the software yet. Maybe they do. No, they've had 8 years to implement software to stop these trolls. And every IT person I talk to, says that webmaster that's in charge of that website right there, Rumble, has the power to not only block and ban these people, but also to contact their ISP and get them booted off the damned internet where they belong. Because they don't belong on the internet. Not if you're going to use the internet to harass people. You don't belong here. Go do something else. But anyway, the webmaster running Rumble's website has the ability to stop these fuckers. They just don't want to do it. They just don't want to fucking do it. So I now have to go to civil court and do a pro se litigation and sue them for millions of dollars, billions of dollars, whatever the maximum allowed, just to get them to do something they should have done months ago. Why? That's stupid. Why should I have to do that? I should not have to do that, Woody. But now I've got to do it because I can't even post a goddamn video on Rumble without 1,000 goddamn hate comments in the fucking chat. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid, man. Don't you agree that's stupid?
I think it's one, stupid they put the time into it, but I also think it's their time, and I don't think you should waste your time on it. I mean, I understand that you don't like it, and I understand that they're doing it to get a reaction out of you.
Woody, what you don't understand, though, Woody, okay, here's the part you don't understand, though, Woody. People see those comments and believe they're real.
What other people think of me is none of my business.
Well, you're forgetting something, though. They're calling police out to my house. They're calling CPS out to my house. They're calling all these government, FBI, CIA, NSA, Homeland Security. They're calling these people and telling them, hey, Von Helden is a pedophile. Von Helden is a murderer. Von Helden is a rapist. Von Helden beat his wife. I had to take my wife to Lexington, Kentucky, and put her under one of them fucking machines to look for bruising under the skin because them fuckwads on YouTube said I was beating her. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Woody. These people got to go, man. This whole matter has to be dealt with. They either got to be put under the sod or they got to be put in prison. And quite frankly, I don't care which one. But something's got to be done because this is not going to end. Like I said, February, March, whatever the fuck it is I'm supposed to do. I go back. Let's say the judge gives me the kids in February or March. It won't be 2 weeks till them fuckwads on YouTube or some fucker here in Kentucky calls CPS with a cop to come out and steal them again. Because now CPS can steal them for any fucking reason they want. Or none at all. The time before this time when they took them, there was nothing wrong with the house. There was nothing wrong with the kids. And I'm like, okay, see you, bye. They're like, no, we're taking the kids anyway. I said, you can't do that. That's felony kidnapping. They said, we don't give a fuck. We're taking the kids anyway. And they did. There was nothing wrong with the house, nothing wrong with the kids, nothing wrong with me. We're taking the kids anyway. So now they don't even need a fucking reason to take my kids and keep them for 15 goddamn months. That's over a year for those of you that are keeping score. So, no, the only way this ends, as far as I know, is them getting the fuck suit out of them into oblivion for billions. I'm going to contact the governor's office. I'm going to sue them for $12 billion. That's $1 billion for every year that Clay County has fucked with my family. Now, will that bring Andrea back? No, but it has to be a high enough amount to where that they don't fuck with me ever again. But like I said, Woody, This is not some isolated incident. Okay, this has been done to thousands of families all across America who are targeted individuals, TIs, targeted individuals that they just want to destroy their lives. They just want to destroy their lives utterly and completely. And they know they can get the government to do it, or they can get some other kind of institution to do it. And so they destroy their lives, man, because they know nobody's going to arrest them. Nobody's going to throw them in prison. Nobody's going to do shit. It's just like this NTS shit. Okay. OpenSea responded to me, acknowledged my email, all that good shit. Have they thrown this fucker in jail yet? No. Has the FBI responded? No. And they're sitting there laughing on Rumble. Hey, I'm going to make millions off of On Space, and there's nobody going to do shit to me. They're bragging about it. They're bragging about it. Just like they were bragging about how they drove Andrea insane and how they got Andrea to leave me and all this shit. They're bragging about it. These people get away. They did try to kill me, but they failed. If they had succeeded in killing me, they'd be on the internet bragging about it. Yeah, man, I got him killed. So what? What are you going to do to me? Nobody's going to do shit because it's all on the internet. Nobody's going to do a damn thing. I know how crazy that sounds, but you know what? It's absolutely true. If they had succeeded in killing me, they'd be on the internet bragging about it, and nobody's going to do shit. Nobody would do a damn thing. Where is my 16,000 subs, Woody? Why didn't they drown these fuckers out? They could have.
I just think that maybe, I don't know. I know they're resourceful, and I know they are definitely dedicated. I just don't know how someone in Canada can make a phone call to Kentucky where they don't even like outsiders. They don't even like people from the north in Kentucky and listen to him and say, well, we're going to have to act on this. Now, maybe it was an orchestrated effort, Vaughn. I don't know. Maybe it was. But I find it hard to believe that they would just act to a guy calling or a woman calling.
Well, I'm sorry, but they do.
Okay.
CPS told me to my face, we go on every call, no matter how stupid it is. They said that to my face. So yes, somebody in Europe or in Canada or in Mexico can call CPS and get your children taken away, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do to stop it, except go to court and try to get your kids back. That's the only thing you can do. Now, the problem is that CPS is literally above the law. They can go into that courtroom and lie and say your trailer was filthy, that your kids were filthy, that your kids' heads were full of lice, that, your kids were going to die just any fucking second. And they can go into that courtroom and lie about all that shit, and the judge won't do one thing to them. Not one, because they're all above the law. You should read the horror story. You should take a few minutes, Woody, and get on the internet and read the horror stories about people's encounters with CPS, where CPS literally can lie about the condition of their house and the condition of their children and get their children taken away, even though there was nothing wrong with the house, nothing wrong with the kids, nothing wrong with the situation at all.
Yeah.
They're literally above the law.